What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm back with another video. Yo, I ain't go to bed late. It's 6:30 this morning. Listen, don't never let if you ever listen. Some of you soon-to-be fathers out there or mothers, don't never let your child, your toddler, 2 year take a nap or go to bed at like 8 o'clock. That's not her normal sleeping schedule. That little motherfucker went to bed at 8 o'clock, hopped up about 10:30, just took a stretch and was like, "Woo! I'm turned up, daddy." That little motherfucker told me she was turned up. I'm flying, I'm flying, man. So I'm on a Dunkin' Donuts run last night about 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? The Johns, me and my two daughters. And I still got my coffee here. I ain't eat. I've been a coffee drink all my damn life. And anyway. But anyway, I got some bad news. Some of you Sony ponies, aka play slaves, you're not going to like this video. So, like a lot of times, I say things just to get a reaction out of you guys, and 99.9% of the time, you always fall into my trap. Fuck you to some of you guys. You guys are just trying to bring my console down. I know since when it became more of your console than mine, or whatever the case may be. And some of you guys will say, well, Sony never said that. They never said that? Are you sure they never said that? I'm going to read you an article. Like I said, I told you guys before, I may not be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but that damn sure ain't the dullest. Or like I told you motherfuckers, my ass may be dumb, but I ain't no dumbass. Another thing, like I said, Sony always over promises and hype their machines, like their cell and their motion engine, and some of that stuff never comes to light. Now, you have the supposedly, somebody, some PlayStation 4 developer, I don't know who the fuck this is, working on Retro City Rampage, or it could be a fan for all we know. But I know what Sony said, at their unveil back in February. You know what I mean? And what they alluded to. And I'm gonna read your article, and we're gonna, even if it comes out that it has 6 GB RAM, Sony said the PlayStation 4 will have 4 GB. I'm sorry, they have 8 GB of unified RAM, 1 RAM for the OS, and 7 gigs left for the developers. Now, I'm gonna read you an article here. Check this shit out right here on PlayStation 4 Daily. PlayStation 4 developers have access to 7 GB of RAM. Rumor: the PlayStation 4 was shipped with a massive 8 GB of GDDR5 memory, which is huge to upgrade compared to the current generation consoles. However, according to a PlayStation 4 developer, PS4 Daily spoke to, they have access to only 7 GB of RAM. The remaining 1 GB is reserved for the operating system and background tasks. Sony showcased a lot of the PlayStation 4 features during the unveiling in February, but this includes deep social features running in the background, new sharing option where players can watch either play or download shit in the background window. Cool. Like I said before, I know what the fuck they said. You know what I mean? Also, I'm gonna talk more about this article and also what they said. You might remember saying that every what they were touting on E3, that every PlayStation 4 game you'll be able to play on your Vita. Now that's not the case. They're saying that they want to be clarified. Now they want to clarify this because some developers said, "Hell no." You know what I mean? Like just we have games they're going to ship. We have a deadline come November, whenever when they get whatever. I'm not even starting November, probably October, when the games have to go gold before this ship, and they don't have the time for this shit. And like I said, it's a quirky feature. And I could see if the Vita had 2 triggers up top, which I don't know why they wouldn't. They came with this touchpad in the back. They should have put two triggers on the Vita, extended the analog, sticks, you know what I mean? And you can use it like a regular controller. I would have, but that touchpad and, to me, I'm all about the triggers. But now that's not the case. It's some games will utilize that feature, but that's not what they said at E3. Woo, E3. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, back to this whole RAM debacle thing. I'm just making light of a situation what Sony does. How they like I said before, they have always done this. You know what I mean? This is nothing new. Like I said before, dating, man, I'm going to take you... Now, I don't remember so much of the 1995 when the PlayStation, the first PlayStation came out. I don't even know what made me buy the PlayStation first over the Sega Saturn. I don't even know because like I said, I've always been into video games, but never did E3 none of that shit. I just wouldn't. I went to the mall. It was $350. I remember this shit. $350. Then I bought, you know, another controller, and I bought about 8, 9 games. You know what I mean? Bought a lot of games. I didn't get the Sega Saturn at first. You know what I mean? Then I got the Sega Saturn. Um, but yeah, believe it or not, not believe it or not, the Sega Saturn was more powerful than the PlayStation. But just the architecture on the Sega Saturn was horrible. You know what I mean? It was hell for developers to make their games for. Certainly like what the PlayStation 3 is now is that whole cell infrastructure. It's just good for Sony in-house developers. You know what I mean? But anyway, and like I said, this whole console war I think is silly. Whatever you like I said, ask you guys before you call me a fanboy, but I ask you how many consoles are you gonna own come November, or you plan to own? Like what I mean? If you buy consoles according to games, the Xbox have better launch games than the PlayStation 4. That's the truth. I mean, you have Knack, Killzone, Octodad. And I'm just being real. Warframe most likely be on the Xbox One. I read an article, and I'm not the biggest Warframe. I don't really. It's very to me. It's very repetitive. I read an article from the Warframe developers that that now they can see themselves putting. I guess being at Microsoft lighting their stands with the indie developers stuff like that. You're most likely going to see Warframe on the Xbox One. Which which we talking about exclusives. I'm just being real. Now, back to this whole RAM thing. Like I said, I will leave a link in the description. You guys can read it if you like. But it's not really a bad thing. I mean, you don't need 7 gigabytes of RAM. We're talking about consoles, not a PC. You know what I mean? You don't need 7 gigabytes of RAM to make games. You don't. But by them giving more RAM, pull it down for a minute. By them giving more RAM to the OS, pull it down for a minute. By them giving more RAM to the OS, they're future proofing their system. This is the reason why, honestly, why the Xbox 360 has a lot better features than the PlayStation 3, because they have more RAM. You have different apps like HBO Go and all those things like that. You don't have them on the PlayStation 3 because the PlayStation 3, they can't run them. You know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken, the CPU on the X it's something to do with the RAM and where the CPU is. Now on the GPU side of things, the PlayStation 3 has a better GPU than the Xbox 360. Uh, you know what I mean? The Xbox 360 had the top of the line GPU that they had that came out. Before it's just being real. You think about the Call of Duty 2 on the PC. Actually, the Call of Duty on the Xbox 360 outperformed the PC version. And also, the Xbox 360 CPU is better. We all know it has more RAM. That's why you can't have features like cross-game chat, voice. You can't have cross-game chat on the PlayStation 3. You can't do voice messages on the PlayStation 3 because it does not have enough RAM on the system. Now, by them doing this, allocating more RAM to the PlayStation 4, like I said, they're future-proofing their system. You know what I mean? I'm just saying what you guys, what they also, it's not a big deal. It's not that I give a fuck, but you think about all the features that the Xbox 360 had that the PlayStation 3 didn't have. Console, guys that sit in and argue for days. These are features that I like. You know what I mean? No one sits and plays games 24/7. Which kills me about the Sony dudes. They claim that they're all about games and they don't buy their games and they don't, you know what I mean? If you look at the Guinness Book of World Records, the PlayStation 3 is the number one device used for Netflix. Number one. I mean, that shit been out fucking computers, tablets, cell phones, TVs. The number one device. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's like I said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. But like I said, by them allocating more RAM to their to the PlayStation 4, to the OS, it future-proofs the system. You never know what new cool feature the Xbox might come out with. And like you don't know, like I said, I will give them that. As far as Sony is a hardware company. That you can't negate that. That's what pays the bills. They make things. You know what I mean? This is what they do. They make to the days of the Sony Walkman. This is what they have, bright engineers. You know what I mean? They haven't been leading the industry in a while, but because Samsung's been kicking their ass, but they make things what they do to keep the lights on. Microsoft is a software company. You know what I mean? Software, features, different programs. This is what they do. This is why they companies worth over $290 billion fucking dollars. This is what they do. So like in terms of that, they always be one up on Sony because this is what they do. In terms of making things, maybe making a better product physically, the PlayStation 3, I'm sorry, 4, will will always outdo the Xbox One. You know what I mean? But anyway, I don't want to longer now. I'm gonna put these two articles in here, and you guys can go with them and light up the comment section. You know what I mean? And listen to. I'm gonna say something. And because and I don't like you Nintendo fans. Like I don't know what the fuck you're waiting on to go out there and buy your Wii U. Maybe some games. You know, man, I ain't gonna fuck it. But here's another two big blows to the Wii U. Australia is thinking about banning all consoles that are region locked. If that happens, oh boy. Also, too, a major UK retailer suspends the Wii U stock. They're not stocking any more Wii U's. You know what I mean? I said a retail giant Asada is no longer stocking Wii U consoles across its 555 retail outlets, dealing a new blow to Nintendo's bid to reverse the console's future. The grocer, British second largest, has suspended stock on all Wii U games, consoles, and accessories across its stores through 8 products, all released during the Wii U's November 2012 launch. Remain available in the Asada Direct website. Wow. CBG understands that the company did not stock Nintendo's latest release of Pikmin 3, a widely acclaimed title which entered number 2 on the UK on all formats. Wow, this is not a good look. Nintendo, like I said, I don't know. Should they scrap the Wii U? And like I said, you got stores in the UK who've already automatically did their own, their own price cut on the system, knocked it down to 150 euros or something like that because the shit ain't selling. Like I don't know, but this is not good news. And also, Australia is planning on banning all consoles that are region locked. So go figure. But anyway, I'm about to wrap this video up, and as I always say, bang, twist your fingers up, bang, motherfucker, bang. Fuck you, faggot. Say that. But anyway. Listen, too, thank all you guys that fuck with your boy. I was a little depressed, not say depressed, but I was like, yesterday, what the fuck is wrong with you people, man? If you think, that about flagging something or whatever reason, and sometimes I go hard. That video about Shoki, it wasn't even hard. It was more, saying he was catfished. It's jokes, man. You know what I mean? There's different puns, but you motherfuckers, like, you need to lighten up. I even got Shokio inbox me like, yo, man, you need to fight that shit. That's bullshit. He said, that's bullshit, dog. But anyway, man, I'm out.